Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Spread the Juice podcast. And today, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have got the amazing Tamer Hassan with me. Hey, Tam, how are you doing?
Jim, I'm good. Good to be here.
Thank you so much for coming, Tam.
Believe that I'm here because we're friends before anything.
I just didn't think you'd come. I don't know why. You're just so busy, aren't you?
Do you know what it was? I actually started thinking she's going to think I'm trying to avoid you because if you ask people that do podcasts, I avoid them. I did James English because he's a friend of mine. I do avoid these things.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they can be good, sometimes they can be bad.
Yeah.
And especially someone like me who chats away and sometimes,
I do the same thing.
Too much.
You're safe here, I promise you.
I know I'm safe. But I do know, I mean, when I was going for it, I'll say, look, we'll work out.
And always away, Tam.
Never. Yeah, it just gets to a point where I just went, fuck it.
We've got to make it work.
Can I say a little fuck now together?
Yeah, say all the fucks you want.
I said, let's fuck it. Let's just get it in, Jem, and then we've done it then.
Exactly.
And then I'll definitely be back. So we'll start this one off.
So tell me what you've been doing since you've been busy away and stuff. You're working on a movie right now, aren't you?
Film-wise, I am currently shooting a film which everybody knows. I think it's everyone's guilty pleasure called Rise of the Foot Soldier franchise.
Yes.
I've been asked a few times to go into those films or be a part of those films, and it never works out for whatever reasons. But Nick Nevin, our director, and Andy Loveday from Carnaby Films approached me with a script, and I really enjoyed it.
So what's your character? Is it any different? Because you're used to playing like the gangster roles, aren't you?
I'm too ugly to play the romantic lead. I'm never going to get the romantic lead. No. But no, I couldn't think of anything worse sitting there reciting poetry opposite the dinner table. I want to fire the guns, ride the horses.
Have you been riding horses?
Yeah. I'll tell you about that in a minute because I know you're just horse mad.
I am horse mad.
You're going to have to teach me how to ride correctly. But I have had a go on a horse a few times in films. But this film, Rise of the Foot Soldier, is great. It's different to what everybody's seen. Everybody, the fuck, two brass free, but all the gangsters sort of crazy.
It's almost a bit too much sometimes, all of that. But it's a good watch.
It has its audience, but I think it's evolved. I think the franchise has been going for 12 years. I think Craig Fairbrass has done a sterling job playing Pat Tate, and all of the people that have been in it have really contributed to the franchise brilliantly. But this one's a little bit different. This one, if I can say it's a big call, but it's kind of like the British Expendables. Yeah. And it's really weird because Craig Fairbrass' character has actually got empathy. He's not swearing. I think he swears once. What? Yeah, and he's just, I think he swears once. And I actually made a pact that I'm going to swear once.
Have you stuck to that, though?
Yes.
Have you?
I have actually stuck to it, yeah. We haven't finished yet. I've still got to do another big robbery scene because the character I'm playing, his name's Colonel Sullivan, and it's set around the Bosnian War, 1993, and he's just a defected mercenary.
Yeah.
I mean, the hair's long, and we've created this character. He has his army greens on, and he's all military and all soldier. Yeah. And the wonderful Leo Gregory plays Sergei. I think his character's name was Sergei, but and he's like his enforcer, and he's just wonderful in it. And I've got a bullet hole in the face. He's got a big scar.
Love scars.
Yeah, nice. We have some good scars in it, Jim. And we got the army stuff on.
Yeah, love all of that.
But the budget, the production value is so much bigger. Helicopters, stuntmen jumping off of cliffs in Ibiza, and we shot in Ibiza, which was wonderful.
When did you shoot in Ibiza? How long have you been shooting?
December, I think it was November, December we started.
Yeah.
So we shot all the stuff in Ibiza and then we've come back to do the rest of it in Europe, all the army stuff. But babe, I've got to tell you, it's helicopters, bazookas, tanks.
Is that why were you in Courchevel? Were you in the mountains?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Courchevel was,
Holiday.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of skiing. Right. Yeah, that was a bit of skiing. Yeah, that was a bit
that
of
might
skiing.
Be in the movies.
That was a bit of skiing. No, I know, because it's weird. People just go, like last week I was in Cairo on camels with Mark Bertram, the footballing legend, sitting behind me, and we're just having a laugh. And then we're going into a pyramid, and then I'm in the mountains in the sun, and I'm in Serbia buying a football club.
I know.
So I'm kind of everywhere.
You're everywhere.
But just going back to the film, it's two films in one. It's basically Craig Fairbrass's character goes out to Ibiza to avenge the death of his best friend or his brother, which is the last film, and he cuts across my deal by default. and then it goes off. When I tell you it goes off because nobody's challenged his character yet. Nobody's challenged him. But then you got this big, empowering fucking Colonel Sullivan, and we just go at each other. And there's some epic stuff. And it's quite weird as well, because I play Pate in a film called Bonded by Blood, and Craig's renowned to play Pate. So it's kind of Tate versus Tate in two different characters. But you're going to love it. I'm really, really proud of it. I'm really excited about it because I think that the franchise is evolved and it's changed and it's bigger. And he's created a trilogy for our character. And the next one is Escape from New York.
Okay.
Which is, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give too many spoilers away. And then the next one goes to Morocco. So I'm really excited about it.
There's loads.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
When will it be out then for everyone to see?
Hopefully by the end of the year. Hopefully by the end of the year it'll be out. We haven't finished yet. I've got a couple more days next week and then in April, and then we're done. It's wrapped. And then Nick Nevin. And I've got to take my hat off to Nick Nevin, the director. He's evolved brilliantly. I gave him myself for a cameo in his first film. I did like a spoof Football Factory film, and we all came in and did him a little bit, but he's got going from there to there. What he's creating is absolutely magical, so I'm excited to see the finished thing.
That's amazing. So how many films have you done in your whole acting career?
Titles? Over 65.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's mad. Yeah,
and you're mostly known for, I'm going to say The Business, because that is just one of my favourite films, literally.
The Playboy, lock your doors up, the Playboy's in town. That, for me, people say to me which one was the best one or the one that meant most to you. They all have something special.
Of course,
we all know how difficult it is. Everybody, probably yourself, has tried to crack that impossible nut to crack, becoming a movie star, or not a movie star, but just getting into the business.
Of course,
is so tough. So they all have a special part in my life. I've given my all to every film I've done, every TV show. But I think The Business was the one that really is stand out for me. It was my first lead. Yeah.
But Football Factory, was that not? That was before. Yeah. That was before. Everybody knows that film as well.
Yeah, Football Factory was great, but Football Factory for me, it wasn't testing. I'm a Millwall supporter.
So you're just playing yourself.
So we just kind of turned up, and a lot of people say playing yourself, but it's still difficult. But we kind of turned up. We had that. It was tough. Hard work it was. I was fight scenes. I wish it was sponsored by fucking Nurofen. Headaches and just over and over again. But we went through that. That was great. But then Nick, see the relationship between me and Danny. We kind of fell in. I was a big fan of Danny's before I got into the business, and then we really got on from there. And then Nick went away, and he spent a lot of time with me. And he wrote The Business, and we was just two young kids. I don't know if you can say 33 was young. I think he was in his early 20s, and he looked beautiful in it, didn't he? It was,
definitely.
And I went out, and we went out to Spain. We had 3 months in Spain, and we just shot the movie not knowing what it was going to be.
Yeah. So you had no idher the success it was going to be?
No, you never do, because none of us have a crystal ball. You have films like Troy that they spent over 100 million on, and it just collapsed.
Yeah, exactly.
So we don't actually know. It's very difficult. And then you get the Blair Witch Project, which was 30 grand.
Yeah.
And it just blew up. So we don't really know. It's difficult because it's governed by the public.
Yeah.
And then when you look at Reservoir Dogs and Tarantino's movies, those were indie movies that had like a little festival run.
Yeah.
And then sort of a few years later, it just explodes into fucking greatness and become these cult movies. It's like, I did a TV show called Snatch based on the movie Snatch. Yeah. Based on a film. We shot that in 2019, and it was a modern day Snatch. Something happened with Sony crackled the licenses. They couldn't get it done. Then something, I don't know, it collapsed, and then they sold it to AMC, and then something to do with licensing. It just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. It was such a great TV show. And I'm going to tell you the cast in a minute, and you're going to go, what? But there's always a method. There's always something good in something.
Yeah.
And it worked out brilliantly because it's 2 seasons. First one was London, New York, but it was shot up north, and then the second one was in Spain. But the characters in it, Alex Durakov was a writer and a showrunner who did Dead Man Running. He's a dear friend of mine. But then it came round, it aired yesterday on Netflix. So what happened was they couldn't do anything with it. And all of a sudden something's happened, and they've sold it to Netflix. But the cast is...
What's it called?
It's called Snatch.
Just Snatch,
Snatch TV, 2 seasons. But Phoebe Denver, Dougray Scott, Rupert Grint, from Harry Potter, Julia Aubrey, Luca Pasqualino, myself.
I love Luca Pasqualino. He's a
we
legend.
get Luca on for you. We get
Yeah,
Luca
I
on.
love
Him
him.
on.
I watched him in Skins and stuff.
He's the best.
But he's such a good actor too.
But look at the cast, because when those kids, when we did that, apart from Dougray and Rupert Grint and Luca, especially Lucien. Lucien.
Laviscount.
What's it called? The show he's in. Emily in
Paris. Yeah.
And then Phoebe is just a lovey now. She's just brilliant. She's just so up. But for that now to come out now with how big the cast is, it's just brilliant.
Yeah.
And I've never watched it. We couldn't get to watch it because we couldn't stream it.
Yeah,
it wasn't anywhere.
Exactly.
So that's out now. And then I did a film called with John Hannah, the wonderful John Hannah, and it was a bit of a test. It was a director that came on, and it's going to be screened in VR, but it's a game in a movie. Okay. And it wasn't shot like a conventional film. We was all rigged up.
Yeah.
With GoPros. There was no standing cameras like a conventional movie. We're all rigged up with GoPros. We've got to spin the camera on us. And
that must have been difficult.
No, it was like starting again, Jem. It was like literally starting again. And John Hannah was on first with Rona, and they was on first. And I just said, because you got your dialogue, so you learn your dialogue, and then you deliver your dialogue.
Yeah.
But when you've got a camera just coming at you like this all the time from everywhere, angles, and you've got to show your hands, and then you just keep fluffing your lines.
That's insane. There's so much going on.
That's exactly what it is, Jim. So much going on.
Men can't multitask either. So.
No, tell me about it. We can't. No, you're right. But then I said to John, how the fuck are you getting through this? He went, listen, mate. I said, how are they going to edit it? He went, do yourself a favour. He said, this is what I've done. He said, I'm not even thinking about it. Do as you're told. Do whatever else you do it and go on.
Yeah.
Don't think about it because it's going to drive you mad. But the character I created in that, you're going to love him, fur coat. Mm. He's like a gangster Ken from Ken and Barbie. What tattoos? I wanted my hair braided and stuff, but tattoos on the hand. I got a silk shirt, gold, horrible rings.
Is that out now?
No, it's being edited as we speak. So it's worked out brilliantly for me because I stopped working for 4 years to do the humanitarian stuff and the philanthropy stuff, and then I've come back, and then like I've got buckle boots, leather trousers, big long colourful fur coat, and the character's just brilliant. His name's Solomon, and what it is it's like levels. It's a game. So I take John Hannah's character. I don't want to say too much, but I take John Hannah's character, and he can't remember anything. But I need him to kill someone. All right?
It's already getting confusing.
All right?
I feel like I need to,
It's already getting confusing. So I need him to kill someone. So it's just levels.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you the brilliance. I'm going to say it because it's just brilliant. Mm-hmm. So I take him, and my body count is like 600. It's genius.
Yeah.
Like his character, he's just so cool. And John Hannah's like, how he is. He's small, he's timid. And I go, killer. To the reception. We go into the hotel. We got to get to another floor, and every time we get to a floor, he opens a computer and it tells us where to go. So just picture a game. So you get to every level, and through the levels, I'm just killing everyone.
And that's quite relevant as well now.
But it's completely relevant with these games and what kids are doing
now.
Yeah, exactly. And these VR screens. Mm-hmm. And then I'll walk. I'll just give you the tone of his character, and I'll walk past, and I'll go kill her. He goes, I can't kill her. It's the receptionist. She's done nothing wrong. And he just looks at me like, I go. All right, don't kill her then. I go, go on. As I walk past, I don't look at her, just blow her head off. Just blow her head off. So it's right up your street.
That is right up
your street.
It's really bad that that's up my street, but it is.
But you just like all that fucking,
it's good to watch.
Stuff,
yeah, exactly.
So then there's that, and it's clever because it's a kiddie movie. And I'll tell you why it's a kiddie movie, because these kids have created avatars of themselves. I'm not actually real.
Yeah.
I'm an avatar that a young kid has created. So somebody has just created this crazy character to play in the game. So it's kind of smart and how it is.
I'm actually really intrigued about that.
I won't give you too much about it because at the end of it, it's quite clever and there's a mad twist. And then it goes on to a trilogy, which is the second one is Chronicles of Solomon, which is my character. And hopefully they're going to shoot in Shanghai or somewhere crazy they were talking about. So, but that's only if they get this one
When's
right.
that one going to be out?
They're all going to be out this year. And then I did another film for Goldfinch. Kirsty and Ben Charles produced beautiful, beautiful people, wonderful company. And it's called A Mother for a Day. And it's completely the opposite of what I've just done.
Yeah.
The character I play, and the wonderful Jeff Bell's in it as well. He plays a Russian. He executes my my family. I'm not going to give too much more away, but he doesn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
He just walks through. He's an ex-military soldier, and he just walks through the film like an angel. He just saves everyone.
That sounds really nice.
It's just so different.
Very
you know
different,
I mean?
contrast.
And then we're going to embark on playing Tony Pike, which I'm really excited about. Everybody's saying that's your film.
Yeah.
Tom Hardy, Ad Bronson, everyone has a movie. Don't they? We start in September. Thank God, because I've got to lose some weight.
You've got...
It was meant to be May. It was meant to be May. But listen, it's Boogie Nights meets Blow.
You've got loads coming up then.
So much coming up, yeah. And I'm really excited about it. I feel like I've had a second wind.
Yeah.
Things went a bit flat for me for a little while.
I think that happens to everyone though.
I don't know. I think I fucked it up.
Really?
Yeah, I fucked up. And
How
I'd
did you fuck up?
I'd love to tell kids that are in the game now, especially, not to take our business lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Danny, when we started,
Danny Dyer.
Yeah, years ago we did those films, and I think we even invented the PA. We was turning up at clubs, and you'd think Michael Jackson and fucking Elvis Presley turned up, like these kids just screaming for us on the stage, and we're just standing there looking at each other. They're paying us money to come up here
and get screamed at.
Get screamed at, and then we'd just say one line from the film, and it would just erupt. And they were glorious. It was a glorious decade for me and Danny, but. You get to the point where, and especially when I was acting, when I started, there was no social media, there was nothing, there was no VOD, it was literally film, shoot the movie, goes in the cinema, 3 months later DVD, get a private DVD. So it was kind of easier for us then because there wasn't so many of us, but there's too many of us now. And what we did, we got into I won't say Danny, but I got into the whole scene of thinking it's never going to end.
Trust me, I know how that feels.
Yeah. I know you do.
It's just, you do feel like that at some point, but then nothing lasts forever, does it?
It can last forever if especially in our business, it can last forever if you play the game right.
So how did you play it wrong?
Yeah, if you respect the industry and respect the people, respect the producers and respect your peers, and see our industry as another job, then I think you can, because the great thing about movies, first thing is immortality, isn't it? You're here forever. You could die with 300 million in the bank. But if you don't print your life on this planet, you're forgotten about. You're immortal. You printed your life on this planet. Good or bad, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You're here.
Exactly,
you're here forever. Your children's children look and go, that little rebel was my grandma.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my great-great-grandma.
I want to be in history books in 500 years' time.
So immortality is always the most amazing thing about what we do.
Do you know what's ironic, though? In the business, I swear, your character is kind of like that. You think that you're never going to lose all the money, and then all of a sudden...
That's a wonderful analogy. That's a great analogy, Jen. Well said, well spotted.
Obviously, there's a different reason,
but look at it. Look what got involved. Drugs, alcohol, partying.
Yeah.
Taking a fucking piss. So what happens is you get to a point where we're in nightclubs and they're paying us copious amounts of money just to sit there and have a good time. And I'm in my early 30s and Danny's in his late 20s, and it was just a glorious time for us to be where we're at. And prior to that, you had the 90s, which was a glorious time of supermodels, events, Planet Hollywood and all of this stuff. And then the early 2000s when we started, it was just... And then all of a sudden, it just stopped.
When was that? Was it around COVID or was it before that?
No, it's long before COVID. Yeah, way before COVID. And then it just stopped because you get to the point where you're drinking every night. And when we was doing the business, we'd finish work, we'd get into the trailer, we'd get the dialogue in. Yeah. And then we'd go, right, let's get out. And we'd be on the piss and we'd be having a good time. Yeah. And look, I delivered some of my best performances.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always something in it. And I go going method or whatever. But then you kind of start being late. Then you're getting ratty. You talk to people like they're shit. Yeah. And you become a headache. And people don't want that.
And people don't want to work with you,
People don't want that. And I don't want it. Yeah. I produce movies, and actors are such hard fucking work. And I won't mention it, but like little things like they go in the toilet and then they come out and go, there's piss on the toilet seat. And like, well, fucking clean it then. But then you get this, and then I have to go in and then you kind of
you saw it from the other side,
because I've produced 2 or 3 movies, but people just don't want to tolerate that. people just don't want to work with her.
No, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and a lot of as I went on, and you got to remember, I'm untrained. I don't understand. I've thrown in. So for me, it was all great. Oh, this is it. This is amazing. Rock and roll, parties, clubs, going to events, being invited, being mobbed. It was all lovely. And then all of a sudden, it just stopped.
Yeah.
And it stopped because I wasn't behaving.
But don't you find as well, which is what I found, when I was heavily into the party scene, drugs and alcohol, when I look back, the person that I was, like, even when I was sober, I was just like, that's not the person I really am, because you're always tired, you're always hungover, all you care about is the next party.
It's not.
And you just turn into this person.
Motherhood changes you as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Motherhood changes you.
Motherhood,
when I had my son, very young, 20. You change, but you change for a reason. But then all of a sudden, you know, you get drawn into. I missed so much of my children's growing up because then you're on this journey of everybody wants to be an A-lister. Everybody wants to be Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp.
Yeah, of course.
But there's only a handful of them.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you have to find that journey another way. That has to be a spiritual journey and a journey through talent.
Absolutely.
And behaving yourself. And then when it happened and I started misbehaving, and this is what I want to put out there, especially to your young, your young audience, and you do have a young audience, that if in any business, if you don't behave, you're out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when I was growing up, you had De Niro, Pesci, you had a handful of movie stars.
Yeah.
They could do what the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Because there isn't anymore.
Yeah.
But there's too many of us now. Do you see what I'm saying? So people will go, Tamer. And this took 10 years for me to lose this stigma. Tamer, no, fuck that, it's too much hard work. And then they'll go to someone else.
You're so nice, though.
No, but I'm always nice. But I'm always nice. But you don't
Yeah.
see the side of me turning up hungover.
No, absolutely.
Snapping at people. And I'm a big, imposing character.
Yeah. I can imagine when you snap.
Right,
it's scary.
You know me long enough. But if I go,
Yeah.
you know, and I've said some horrendous things to people. And it took forever. And the hardest journey to come back is from that.
Yeah.
And 99% of them don't do it. Mickey Rourke's got a story, you know. Robert Downey Jr.'s got a story. But you got to remember, they were A-listers before, so people give them a chance.
Yeah.
Until you're there. And by the grace of God, and I'm very thankful, it took me 10 years of cleaning my shit up before I could get back onto a fucking movie set or even in front of a camera.
But you fucking did it, though.
But I did it.
Yeah.
I did it. And it took hard work. It took commitment. It took rejection. My mental state could have, if it was anybody, I mean, look, it's sad because you have these reality TV stars and you know better than anyone that your time is limited. Because the show has to go again. So you have Love Island. And then Love Island's, you come out of Love Island and everybody's on you.
Yeah.
Until the next lot.
And then they don't know who you are.
These poor kids committing suicide and stuff.
It's crazy.
Do you see what I'm saying? But with us, it's the same sort of thing. It's like, what am I going to do? And lucky for me, I'm an entrepreneur. Lucky for me, I get to do other things. I can buy something, sell something. I'm a hustler. You've known me long enough.
You're a proper hustler,
we get money. You know, making money's easy. If you can't make it, take it.
Yeah.
That's my motto. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're taking from somewhere.
Right, I'm going on the road when I get out of here.
We're going to feed our kids, right? We're going to feed our family.
Exactly.
And that's our motto. But most kids don't. Ask Danny, ask Di, ask anyone. What would you do if you weren't acting? Nothing.
You've got to build other things. There's got to be multiple streams. And
of course, it's what you do. You've got multiple streams. You don't sit and wait. Motherhood again. You've got mouths to feed.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And I say to people about you, and I'm a big fan of yours, and I am, and I'm not saying because I'm here, you know I am.
Yeah.
Because I like your attitude. I like women to have an attitude, to be strong. My mum was for the women. I always write strong female characters.
Yeah.
For me, God's a woman.
Yeah.
And that's a big statement because everything's Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother this, right?
Yeah.
But you have to drive towards that and have different revenues of money. And these people don't. And when they don't have it and they hit rock bottom, where do they go?
Do you know what else I feel like is so interesting, especially with things like Love Island, is that the public always assume that if you've been on TV, you're super rich instantly. It doesn't matter how well you've done. It doesn't matter how long you've been on. They just automatically assume you're on that telly, so you're rich.
You got money.
And it's not true. And it must be really difficult for people who don't make it or haven't got like supportive parents and stuff. But they're trying to live up to this persona the whole time.
But
do you know what I mean?
I say to people, I know a little bit about you. You don't come from a poor background.
Mm-hmm.
You have wealthy parents, but my mum says it. Son, you didn't find it off your mum and dad.
No.
And you could have easily sat there and been the nice girl and not had a tattoo, and I'm sure, and been but you've got a rebellious streak in you. You want to be independent. You want to have your own identity. You want to go and make your own money, which I believe that you've done. And quote me if I'm wrong, Jem.
I'll never stop.
I don't want to expose who you are or what your background is. But I always say to people, I go, fucking hell, Jem's off again. And I go, but do you know she doesn't need the money? But I back you all the time.
What do you mean off what? On social media?
Social media's gone. And I say to people, she rings me all the time. And I go, I know when you're coming with something. Time. When I get the time with the M's, I go, what? What have you done?
Like 10 A's and 20 M's.
What have you done? You know your friend.
Yeah. Actually, I need to speak to you about something afterwards.
We'll speak off air. But I get that from you, I like that, and I think your fans like that, and I think secretly you are guilty pleasure. You are the one that goes, go fuck yourself. I don't care what you're going to do about it with your attitude.
Exactly.
And that's good TV.
And it's about picking yourself up.
Yeah, and
like,
it's like, time. You know, I've watched stuff when people interview you and they're humiliating you about your OnlyFans stuff. Do you know, I literally want to smash through the telly and go, what the fuck's he got to do with you as she feeds her kid?
Yeah, it's true.
Because you know my argument to that is, don't watch it, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Don't watch it. It's
you
so
sit
simple.
there.
Don't comment. Don't watch. You don't have to. No one's forcing you.
No, it's not about you personally. You all sit there and you all have your accounts and you all do what you do behind your door, but yet you want to criticise the people that are doing it.
Exactly.
Fuck off.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Go away. So,
and you know I'm trying to come off that road. Well, I am off that road of OnlyFans.
But I don't care.
No, but I feel like...
But that's for you. But that's your decision. Don't come off your road because somebody said something.
Nah, it's for my daughter. But
yeah, but okay, but it's for you.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's for your daughter. You don't want your daughter to it doesn't matter, because let me tell you, and I say, by the time your daughter grows up, everybody's everyone's
gonna be doing it.
It's not that sort of, oh my God, she's a porn star. Oh my God, she's on OnlyFans. It doesn't fucking matter, does it? Really?
Yeah.
Unless you got the odd Karen.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my wife's name. But but it's quite funny. It's a running joke. But unless you got the odd, somebody that wants to pull up, which you're always going to have.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Absolutely.
Who's putting judgment on it? Do you put food on my table? I tell you what, sweetheart, this is what you got to say next. Whoever interviews you and criticizes you, put $100,000 a month on the table for me, and I'll stop.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
And I've seen you get emotional and ratty. Don't.
Yeah.
Just sit. Be unshakable.
No
be a sovereign.
Rattiness.
Just be unshakable. I know it's not in your DNA.
No, I'm trying. I am actually trying.
But mate, look, if you just sit and look as adorable as you do and as angelic as you do, apart from the tattoos, don't worry. Just go, okay, no problem. I appreciate your opinion.
Thank you.
That's it. That's all you got to say to them. And what have I said to you a million times? Anyone says anything, I say it to everyone. All the girls, I've got a lot of friends that are in your business, and they're all kind of my friends, and I always big brother to everyone. Everyone will ring Tam and try and sort of problem. And I just say this, block and delete.
Block and delete, always.
Don't reply. Read it, laugh, block and delete. Anybody, I mean, I don't really get too many bad... I don't really get too many bad comments because people leave me alone. I actually enjoy them. And my publicist said to me once, when it first started, I think it was Twitter, I just wind them up.
Yeah.
I try and get their postcards. I just wind them. I keep replying. They go to me, stop doing it. I go, it's all right. I'm bored. I'm sitting on set waiting to do it.
It's so funny watching them getting wound up, though.
I get them wound up. I get them wound up. They call me Turkish this, kebab man, this, that. I just go chili sauce.
Chili sauce?
I just go chili sauce, boss. And I just start winding them up. But I have actually stopped. But I've always... So when something comes in, what people rattle me with is my daughter, because they know me and Belle are like that.
Yeah.
And any father will protect their daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
And they go, I think your daughter's got great tits. I like to F her.
Do they say that to you?
Mate, every now and again someone comes in with something like that. Do you know what I do? Block.
Delete. Yeah, because otherwise... We don't want to know what the other option is. Yeah,
block and delete. Yeah. So I just go like, okay. And I've always said to my kids growing up, I said, somebody's teasing you or taking a piss at you, take the piss out yourself. It eliminates it.
Exactly.
In a minute. If somebody, I mean, it's a bit extreme, but if somebody said to you, I'm a right slag me, where does that person go?
Where do you go? Yeah.
It's like this girl, I've not seen her, but everyone's saying there's this young girl out there, because I don't watch the news, I don't watch telly. I go on Instagram.
Bonnie Blue, you're probably talking about.
The girl's done 1,000 or 2,000.
Yeah, all that weird shit.
She goes, I'm a slag.
Yeah.
Right? Where do you go from there? What are you going to call her?
But she's disgusting.
Again, I don't judge.
Yeah.
Okay? You do what you want to do. Look at this. I have a threshold. It's here. My door, my money and my family's behind that door. And there's people that don't live in there, but your family, don't cross it.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I'm not fighting for no country. I'm not into politics. I don't care. Just leave me alone.
How was it when your daughter went on Love Island? How did that make you feel? Because I can imagine there were times where you wanted to absolutely smash the telly.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, right? Did she smash it?
No. Let me tell you something.
Belle, by the way,
in the business. And if your daughter says she'll want to do it, it's still going to be like, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so how did that go? So did she say to you, Dad, I want to do this?
So my daughter's a phenomenal actress. My kids actually trained. Went to drama school. She's an amazing singer.
Amazing makeup artist.
Mate, she's so good.
Unreal.
Right, so good. But that's what she did. And I got famous really quick. And I started getting mobbed at the mall and stuff, and she was only little, and it's terrifying.
How old was she?
7 or something. She was only little when I first started, and she didn't want fame, so she took up makeup. She took up makeup. She took up makeup, and I said, "Well, she was only 13. She was making like $1,000 a week."
What, at age 13?
Mate, they were queuing up round the door. Like round the house, what? Like she was doing makeup at like some crazy age, making stupid money. They were like, was
that because of you or just her talent?
No, nothing to do. Absolutely nothing to do with me.
Yeah, talent.
Zero to do with me. Yeah. This is all her.
Yeah.
So I said to her once, I said, why'd you do that? She said, because my daughter was really tall and geeky, and she was an IVF kid as well, one of the first ones, and she always was fast, and she was always but she was really emotional. She'd win a race at school and start crying and feel bad because she won. Like she was just a little geek. If you see pictures of her right on the red car, she's just like, just stands there like that with her flat shoes, and she was just wonderful. And I said to her, "What do you want to do?" She went, "I just want to make ugly girls pretty."
Oh, that was
her story. Cute. She wants to make ugly girls pretty, and that's why she took up makeup. And it was just so beautiful because she was so beautiful, big blue eyes. She looked like Tweety Bird as a kid. She had this blonde hair.
Yeah.
She was pure white, and she just had a vile mouth like her dad. But
do you know what? That's exactly what I thought on Love Island. I was like, that's a mini Tam right there.
Mini me.
Love
I
it
raised
though.
her. She's a mini me. Like when you see her face, she's like, and then fast forward, she had a few, as most girls do. They have some wanky boyfriends.
Yeah.
I've smashed most of them. I've gone through most of them.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah, gone through most of them. I don't tolerate.
Any of them still breathing?
Yeah. I can't do that in my prison. I'm done with prison. Yeah. I'm done with sitting behind the door. So I work out where sometimes with my voice I can just go, listen, you cunt. That's it. Just listen to me. I'll tear your fucking head off. I'm like that with her. And then they're gone. They're gone, mate. And they're gone. Because a couple of times my daughter goes like, a couple of times I've said, yeah, your dad's a wanker. She's gone, 1 minute. You tell him.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Yeah.
And they start choking.
Jittering,
they end up going anyway.
Yeah.
But having a daughter that's very driven and powerful and outspoken, like yourself, it's always going to be difficult for the boys to tolerate because most men can't deal with strong, driven, tenacious, talented women. They just can't deal with it.
A lot of men want just quiet little women in the corner.
Yeah, but and I always say an alpha female, which you are an alpha female, and so is Belle, needs an alpha man. And I'll tell you why you need an alpha man, because an alpha man bows down to you, has no inhibitions, has no insecurities, he unclips your wings and supports you and lets you fly.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. And I think a lot of people don't see that. A lot of strong women as well want quiet men.
But also I think an alpha male will help an alpha female come a little bit out of the masculine.
Yes, a real alpha male, not somebody who pretends to be. Somebody who's consistently has... I mean, even we talk about homosexuality and lesbians and gays. I don't believe in it. And
do you not?
No.
What do you believe?
It's just sex.
Yeah.
Who puts a fucking title? There's too many titles on things nowadays.
Oh, don't get me started on all the rest of it.
Dyslexia, and that was it. And dyslexia people are so talented, and so it's a gift. But girls like girls. It's just the norm. It's like, and it's not now. It's not like it's a new thing.
But it's more the weird stuff like gender fluid and all that stuff that has been added on in COVID.
It's the titles. This is what I'm saying.
Too
LGBT, GBTB, BBBB, BBC.
Yeah, they're just adding all these letters on.
Just listen, if you want to be different, be different. Just leave everyone else out.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I have a problem with involving children. I have a problem with poisoning kids' brains.
Yeah.
I have a problem with anchoring kids. I have a problem with brainwashing. Yes, I do. I'm different.
There's so much weird shit going on.
And look, if you want to worship the devil, crack on. If you want to worship God,
crack
all
on.
praise to you.
Yeah.
If you want to worship Gemma, crack on. Yeah, just see what I'm saying. But it's the title on things. Why are you tired?
Did you see when Piers Morgan did that thing and he was like, right, well, I identify as a black lesbian, and they all laughed at him, and he was like, but that's what you're saying.
There you go. And then he's going, why does your sexuality have a month? Gay Pride Month, when our fallen soldiers have a day.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And why
can't my sexuality have a month of celebration?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. I don't have a problem with it. I really don't.
Nor do I.
The whole thing of, listen, you're a bit camp. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You're not camp.
Not me.
Well, I thought you were saying people say it to you.
No, I'm just saying, you're a bit camp, be camp. Yeah. But it's just the whole, it's like, I'm a lesbian, I like women. Yeah, okay, but women who like women, that's a lesbian. But okay, does that mean I'm a lesbian? I like women. Am I lesbian? Do you see what I'm saying?
You are
For
now.
Me, and it helps me not judge.
The exclusive. Tam's now a lesbian.
Darling, I'm fully out now. Fully out. For everyone to know. I'm out of the closet.
Yeah.
I'm a full lesbian. But do you see what I'm saying? For me, it helps me not to judge. It helps me not to make judgment on people and what they are. It really doesn't bother me. I'm gay, really. Like even when I go on set sometimes, I turn up and wardrobe, campers chips, I love them. They're the best. I can sit with them all day long. And the great thing is, when you're gay, you can say what you fucking want. This is the funny part of it. Like, I can sit there and go, darling, you little slag, what you doing?
Yeah.
Imagine if I said it to you.
No,
you know who you're talking to.
Like,
do you see what I'm saying to you? And that's just the brilliance of being camp and having a laugh with it.
Absolutely.
But it for me, it just makes me not bother. And I'm saying, when I'm on set, I go on set and then, because I walk in and I'm geezer, they all get geezerish. They go, I'll put this jacket on. And I'll give them about 20 minutes. And I go, we're going to have a little lips up in the morning. Bit of cock on cock cuddling. I'm going to set you up for the day. They go, oh, darling, I'm so happy. You're like, just see what I'm saying?
Sweating.
They're so happy. Because I've got to live with you for 3 months. You're my family now.
Absolutely,
For 3 months. I've got to come downstairs and you've got to dress me every day for work. Be yourself.
Have you ever lived with people, like, due to filming that you really did not want to and you didn't like? Has there been any drama on set and off set?
Yeah.
Go on then, spill.
Everyone gets on my nerves. Yeah, I've had ding-dongs with other actors, and I'm good with actors. I'm like a set captain. I always put my arm around people.
Yeah.
I'm always like a director's captain. People produce, can't sort this out, sort that. So I'm always good with people. But
You're like the daddy of every situation.
Yeah, but I'm uncle, you know. I've been an uncle since I was 13. Everyone's called me uncle. It's just who I am. I'm here to serve and protect, and I love doing it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've had moments with actors.
Can we go through your journey a little bit? So can you tell me a bit about how you grew up and where, and then how you got into acting, and what would you have done? Or was there any other road you could have gone down, or was it always acting?
No.
Oh, wait. Okay, bad roads.
We had... Listen, growing up when I was...
Did you grow up here?
Yeah, grew up. I was born and bred South East London. Lambeth Hospital's not there now. London are through and through. Mm-hmm. As much as I hate what's going on here, I can't be without London.
Yeah, I feel the same,
London. You know. I mean, can you imagine if London was on a beach? There'd be pregnant women everywhere.
I know.
Women, just young girls pushing.
People just giving birth on the beach just because it's easier.
That's But no, I grew up in London. When I was around, it was mainly just the West Indians, Cypriots, and the Irish. There wasn't a lot of foreigners there, so we had a hard time, racially.
Did you grow up with your mum and dad?
Yeah, mum and dad.
They still together?
My dad passed away about 3 years ago, but they were together to the end. They fucking hate each other, but it's
always the way, isn't it?
They were still together.
Yeah.
Mum's still alive, 84, absolute queen, my world.
Amazing.
I live under her feet, basically. I just, whatever it is, she's my world. She's coherent. She's still good. It was her birthday.
Oh, that's amazing.
She's amazing, man. She's such a queen. She's just so glamorous. She's got white hair. And she puts her coat on. She's just the best.
Have you always been really close?
Yeah, whatever I am, she made me. Whatever I am today, it's down to my wonderful mother. There is nothing else in the world that has given me anything but her. From the age of very young age, she knew I was very defiant and couldn't take an order, basically. And she set me up in a market stall when I was 12 years old. She was a machinist, seamstress. So she used to stitch the dresses, and then she used to take me. If we used to have an old Beetle, she had a Beetle, beautiful car, and she put a roof rack on it, put the seats forward, she put the stall on the roof rack, throw the gear in the back. We'd go set it up, and she'd take me around at the weekends just to have that whole business. Don't ever work for no one. Don't ever work for no one. Don't ever work for no one. I don't know if she might have seen something in me. That's
beautiful though, because like schools don't put that into people's brains.
I mean, if I had a kid now, if I went back, I'd homeschool my kids. I think school's a failure. I don't think it
doesn't
works.
teach you what you need to know.
It doesn't teach you anything. No. It teaches you what governments need you to learn. They want you to be worker bees. That's basically it. You'll go to school to become a worker bee. Then nobody sends you to school to say this is how you become a billionaire.
Yeah. And don't you think it's so funny? Andrew Tate said this, but you're being taught how to make money by people who are broke, which is just nuts.
Well, I've heard the statement. I've heard him say it. Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, some of what Andrew says is crazy, but there's always something in what he says that resonates with everyone, male or female, old or young. It doesn't really matter. There's always something in there. So if you're looking at Andrew's stuff, so too many people are looking at the negatives.
Do you know what? I love Andrew Tate. I actually do, and I think
he's a loved man. He's a friend of mine.
Is he?
He's a very, very good friend of mine. Both of them
I can tell.
Real friends of mine.
I love them both. I can tell they're nice people as well.
They're really good people. He's intelligent. He's an intelligent geek, I call him, but a fucking tough one at that.
Exactly.
And he's so smart.
Do you know what the problem with him, not him, but men, right? A lot of men will copy Andrew Tate in some ways, but not all of it. So you've got men that will be like, oh, he gets with loads of girls, so can I. But yet they don't do any work. They treat women like shit. Whereas he's very like open about if you've got kids, if you've got a baby mom, you look after them. But
he helps a lot, you know.
But so many men just listen to the side they want to listen to.
Yeah, because you know what it is? He's catered for the young man, and he came at a right time where he empowered men again. Yeah. When everybody in the world felt like men were being demoralized, men were being weakened, men were being
pussies.
Sort of, pussies. You said it.
I definitely did. There's too many of them.
Yeah, but and he came along at the right time. But I remember him on his first journey. We used to rally cars together. Yeah. We used to do these rallies together, and I remember sitting down with him, and he's just on his phone constantly. I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm working."
You're always working. Yeah.
Always working. I was like, "What are you doing?" He started off sort of. He built he was really outspoken and funny, and I think he was one of the first ones to do it when he was talking about, the royal family and little funny things like, what are you drinking still water for? Pussies drink still water, drink sparkling water. And it was just, people started listening to him and laughing.
Yeah.
He was quite funny and caricature. But then it felt to me like a free phase operation of his, and then he utilised, because they've always been around, those two boys. They've done their reality TV stuff when reality TV was first around. I mean, it was car crash TV. Yeah. But they've been around. They're great fighters.
Amazing fighters.
They've had no money. They've got a wonderful journey. And literally, we text all the time. Yeah. We're always in he was who I went to help you out the first time.
Oh, really?
Social media. Yeah. I said, have you got anyone who went leave it with me? And I've sent, he's actually got all of your stuff on WhatsApp.
Really?
I can show it to you. Yeah,
I want him to come on here.
He's actually got, I don't know if that's going to happen now, but look, he has had his controversy, and he has been called a misogynist, and maybe he has been a misogynist, but I know the person.
But everybody does and says things when they're young that maybe they wouldn't have said in hindsight. But the problem with people that are so looked at in the public eye on TV is you can't take it back. It's like people say to me when I was on X on the Beach and I was doing crazy stuff, they're like, oh yeah, but you did this. And I'm like, I was 22 when I did that. Like, what you did when you were 22, nobody knows about. And it's like people just can't accept that you might have made a mistake or that something you've said's been taken wrong. And yeah, everybody grows up.
Let me put a lid on that for you, just to make you understand as well. The tough thing about not being in control of your edit, your life's an edit.
Yeah,
you're in control of your edit, because if you want to tell someone to fuck off, you can. If you don't want to tell someone to fuck off, you don't have to. You're in control of your edit. When you do reality TV, you're not in control of your edit. When you put things on social media, you're not in control of your edit. I do a movie, it's a script. Yeah. What I say, it's in the script, it's a film. If I do a racial slur at somebody in a movie, which I always try and, I'm very particular about what I say, because I don't want things. I can change things in
But
movies.
you're playing someone.
Instead of me saying the N word, I can say something else. I don't have to say that word. So we have the ability to make you as an audience know what I'm saying without saying it. Yeah. It's like, I'll give you an example. Leah Betts. Leah Betts was the girl who died from the tablet in Raquel's, the ecstasy tablet. The line in there was, fuck her. I couldn't give a shit about some busy little teenager, that took a pill and died. I'm going to jail. Something like that was in there.
Yeah.
But I have a child, and that's a real life scenario.
Yeah.
So the mum and dad might see that. So I changed it to, we're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
She's probably taken a tablet and drunk too much water and drowned. I'm hoping that's what it is.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
So I've taken the anger out, I've taken the spitefulness out of it, honoured the parents and the family, and said something else. But you as an audience know what I'm saying without saying it. You don't have that edit. You don't have that ability, because Andrew Tate will put out loads of things.
Yeah. They
come along, the powers that be, and go, okay, we'll add that with that, add that with
and
that.
make it look like that.
And make it look like that.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? But when you know the person.
Absolutely smashed it.
I know you, right? I'll put my arms around you, I'll give you a hug. I know you.
Mm-hmm.
How have they show one scene of you going, who the fuck are you fucking talking about? Yeah. You fucking bitch. Don't fucking tell me how to raise my... You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Bang. And if I put a whole show reel together of Jem Lucy swearing...
It's going to look like I do that all the time.
It's who you are. And that's the problem. And that's the sad thing. But look, he's come through. I mean, look, we don't want to spend the whole even talk about Andrew Tate, but he's come through what he's doing. He's doing a lot of good, and I wish him well. I do. I wish him well, and he's a friend. And let's hope that he keeps driving forward. I mean, he's running for Prime Minister.
I fucking hope he gets it. I can't lie.
I mean, look, he's a friend of mine. Ant Middleton's a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. He's running for mayor. Did you hear that?
Get them on.
Come on. You know what I mean?
But I really want to talk to you about your acting career, where it started.
Yes, okay.
I really want to know that. Let's get back to you.
Right. So basically, me growing up, racist. You know, it was a racist society. It was all right. I don't ever bother. It doesn't ever bother me. I don't think about racism. Kids are just spiteful. You know, I don't quite bullying as well. Kids are just spiteful.
Did you have a lot of bullying when you were younger?
I wasn't never this big. I was like a short, pure white. Tubby little Turk with loads of hair.
I can't believe you got bullied. That's why you're so like this now.
No, but that's why I'm so defiant. And you know, I got to 16. It's like you put me in a grow bag. I just went to Cyprus for 6, come back, and I was just 6'2".
Yeah.
And like a racehorse, and I was boxing. So people just tend to leave you alone. But going through, I mean, listen, I don't have any complaints about living in the flats, living in council flats, being poor. You know, the great thing about poor people, I've always said, is that poor people pull each other through. Rich people don't.
No.
Rich people don't help each other. They don't care, because they're always looking for, who's got more money? Everything's an ego. But with us, it was like, have you got some sugar? Yeah, I'll give them the sugar. Make sure you get some tea bags. Oh. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And you always had little retrobates on the estate, but they were quickly eliminated by the good people. So that community was so wonderful. You had your doors open, and it was just beautiful. I loved growing up. My mum and dad were great. They never give us the best stuff. There was no designer stuff, and we used to have to make a pair of trainers last a year.
Yeah.
Or we'd have to grow out of them before we got another one. But there was always food on the table.
Did you stay in school? Did you get expelled?
Yeah, I love school.
Really?
I got a scholarship and went to Haberdashers, you know.
No way. I would have thought you was getting expelled. No.
I got expelled a lot. Not expelled, I got suspended a lot.
Okay.
No, but I was a good athlete as a kid. So I played rugby at a young age for the sixth formers. So I was a real aspiring rugby player, and then I was boxing, and I was always a good athlete. So I kind of get away with murders. I tell them I fuck off. I was naughty. I was a naughty child. I'm not going to sit here and play the angel. And then I'd get expelled, and then they'd call my mum, and my mum would go, I don't want to hear anything about his sports. Next time, beat him, and otherwise I'm going to beat him, or I'm going to beat him. So then my mum was the only thing I was terrified of. Terrified of her, mate. She was
good,
ruthless, man. Even now. I don't swear in front of her. I don't smoke around. She says, jump, I say, how high? Even now. She's the matriarch. She's the one. But then I went to school, and I did well at school. I love school. I did love school because I was just crazy about girls as a kid. I was just woman mad, right? And there was a sixth form school next to it. And then we used to sometimes go to the sixth form school, and then I was at all boys school. But I used to, even
That's
then.
what I used to do, the other way around.
Yeah, but I used to slip in and out.
Yeah.
But I love school, mate. And I used to, even then I remember dressing clothes-wise and stuff. Like I'd buy a double-breasted jacket for my blazer with gold buttons and dress nice with my Farrows, turn up at school. And then sort of after school,
Did you know at school that you wanted to do acting?
No, I never
had
wanted
no
to do
idea.
acting. We was at it, babe. We was little thugs. Not thugs as in like violence, but we was at it. We was growing up.
Like on the road.
Yeah, we used to survive. We was, I remember, drug dealers now, it's like stacking shelves. But it was frowned upon when we was kids. Oh, he's a drug dealer? That's disgusting. It was like, you couldn't you're too young to remember, but when we was growing up, a drug dealer, you're scum of the earth.
Yeah.
Scum. So anything we did or you did like that, it all have to be quiet. Bank robbers were respected. Fighters were respected.
Did you ever rob a bank?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, not that they know of. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, look, listen. We had our elders that were bank robbers.
Yeah.
We was around them. I was around, the Freddie Foremans and all the underworld fraternity was around. I had nightclubs and restaurants. They frequented it. And I got on with everyone. Everybody liked Tamer for some reason. And it was all the way, it was through my years of hosting parties, and I always used to dress different.
What's different?
Leather trousers in the fucking 90s and leather shirts and things. I used to wear leggings and Chelsea
Stand
boots.
out, yeah.
And then I used to I remember my favourite outfit was when we used to go out for Denzi's. I wore like really tight trousers, but I'd hide it with a long Armani double-breasted cardigan.
Have you got any pictures of this I can insert?
I've got loads.
You have to send me them. I want them up here.
I'll send them for you. And then I've still got so many of my clothes because I used to have it made because nobody really sold it. But and Michael Moda used to own a shop called Two to the Moda and he used to dress all of us. And like we used to have shoes made with the stripe down the front of it, zips down the side. We had shoes made, jackets made. He made my wedding outfit. And we just used to have these crazy, crazy clothes. And even then, it's quite funny. My son goes to me, how the fuck are you growing hair at your age? So how the fuck are you growing hair? You're using it. But look at it.
Your hair's still fully intact. Your hairline is strong, Tam.
Look at it.
I love that. It's like a rocklet.
Still fucking goes. But I used to have
but your hairline is perfect.
No, it's mine. Yeah. It's mine. And I used to have really long hair because I was a bit rebellious and stuff. And before even fucking Milli Vanilli had long hair, I had it before then. But it was always that long hair, ponytail. Fashion was just everything for us in the day. And I used to host tables and people used to go, I used to have producers and filmmakers come along and I used to go, you should be in the movies. I'm like, we're not allowed to go anywhere near a camera.
Is that how it started? Did you get approached?
No, I invested in an agency.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Tam, what haven't you done? Seriously.
Well, I'll tell you, when we're near the end, I'll tell you everything that we've got going on. So I had nightclubs and restaurants. At the time, I was in the F&B business and an opportunity come along where somebody needs money for an investment in an agency. I turned up. The woman who owned the agency, she went to me, ever thought about acting? And I've quoted this so many times and I fucking hate it, but I did say it. I said, acting's for mugs. Fast forward to
said right here by Tamer Hassan,
acting's for mugs. And it's been quoted for ages.
Do you take it back now?
No.
Oh, really?
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
No, I do, but I'll tell you why. Because what I meant by that, the word mug was just, he's a mug. It wasn't an offensive word. But all the actors I knew that used to frequent my nightclubs and restaurants never had any money.
Yeah.
Never had any money. So they're always having a tab or I'd cash a check for them. So they never had any money. I'm like, fucking actors. Do you know what I mean?
Actors are poor, basically,
So
you're saying.
It was like, acting's a mug's game, basically.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's always been installed in me. It's hard enough making money in what you know than what you don't know. I know what I know. I make my money there. I don't want to spin plates.
Yeah.
I want to get on with it. I do now, but then it was very... you know, get a trade, do this, do that, have a business. And when I was young, growing up, to be a business owner was a real big deal.
Yeah.
I got my own shop. I got my own nightclub. Oh, I own that. Everything was, now it doesn't matter because you don't own anything, do you? It goes to someone else when you can't. But it's the whole mentality of owning something, being a business owner was the kudos of it. And you sit at different tables, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And then I invested, and then it was just EastEnders.
You were on EastEnders?
Twice.
Oh my God,
the Phil Mitchell shooting. You're probably too young to remember the Phil Mitchell shooting, but the Phil Mitchell, and EastEnders was the biggest show on the planet.
Yeah, it was massive.
And then she went, look, can you go along, cast for it? They need a gangsters to BBC. I went, what the fuck do I know about
So instantly you were a gangster actor?
Straight away.
Yeah, obviously,
away,
yeah.
Straight away.
Can you basically be you on EastEnders?
No, but you know the thing is, I've actually done, just going back to what you're saying, I've done so much different. I used to watch a film I did called Bitter Harvest. It's critically acclaimed. It was about when Stalin massacred the Ukrainians post First World War, called the Holodomor, through starvation. So I played a true life character called Sergei Koltsov, was Stalin's Russian enforcer. But I've done so many different movies. I did one called Bitter Harvest, which was an art house movie. I played a suicidal office worker in a lead role. And he's so soft and so weak, and he's just suicidal.
I need to see that.
Yeah, there's so many things, because you look at stuff, because I'm predominantly known Layer Cake, Football Factory, these cult movies that we created, Football Factory, Layer Cake, Business, Bonded by Blood, Blood In, Blood Out, you know, Dead Man Running. People like those films, and predominantly that's what's catapulted me into where I am today. So I'm very grateful for them. But through the back door, there's some beautiful work that I've done, some wonderful work with accents.
Do you have a favourite film you've worked on?
Yeah, The Business.
Is it?
Yeah,
I actually love that film.
Yeah, The Business. It's a double-edged thing for me. It's because, you know, it was my first lead. And we went off to make this film, and we didn't know what it was going to be. And 21 years later, it's still here, and it's got more fans. And everyone's, can we do a number two? Can we do a number two?
Are you going to do a number two?
I've been trying to do it for so long.
I want to be in it.
Unless you're in it. I've always promised I'm going to put you somewhere.
Yeah, put me in one.
We're going to get you somewhere, and I think you should be somewhere. I'd like to make you like
a
horrible little drug dealer, little murderer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just take all that prettiness out of your face and just twist you up a little bit, gold teeth, like horrible.
Can we do that, Tam?
On a bike, just
don't make me start acting like that. I feel like
she's going,
let's go. I
need to kill someone.
I need to
kill someone. But yeah, I think that'd suit you well. Yeah. It'd suit you good. So but we went and did the film, and we come back, and 21 years later, it's still there. People going, do you want a number two? Can you please make a number two? I've wrote 4 or 5 scripts, babe. They don't want it. But everybody talks.
Just do it.
Everybody talks, they want it. Nobody wants to pay for it.
So did the first one have a small budget?
Tiny budget.
Really? What was it?
1.8 million or something like that. But it was 20 years ago, so it wasn't that tiny.
That's not that small.
Healthy. Yeah, it was healthy. But for in today's, and we didn't get paid a lot of money for that. We just went and did it and come out, and I would have done it for nothing. I would have probably.
Do you still get paid for it though? Do you still make money off it?
No.
Business. But everybody's watching it.
That's another story.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's another story.
Did you get mugged off on that one?
There's a lot of things that go on in our business that shouldn't go on, and you know, people are so driven towards fame and recognition, and
money.
I think the fame supersedes the money. I really do, and it's sad. I think fame supersedes the money. If I could do my job. And I'm very lucky, you know. I'm very lucky to be where I am, and I'm God blessed for it. I think I'm good at it. Because I've never done one day in drama school, so I'm always self-critical, Jem.
Oh yeah, you
not
haven't.
One day in drama school, so I'm always self-critical, and I'm still learning. And I pinch myself when I sit with some of these great actors that I've worked with and stood toe to toe with.
Oh, you're smashing it.
Yeah, but you know, the fame thing far supersedes the money.
I feel like fame boils down to mental health a lot of the time because people need validation a lot of the time.
Especially now.
Yeah. Have you had any struggles with mental health through your career?
Yeah. So the fame thing, I think, far supersedes the money. It's sad, really, to see. But a lot of people, I think, if they get the fame, they get the fortune because years ago it was fame and fortune. They come hand in hand. But the sad thing about being famous, good or bad, is once you're famous, you can never be unfamous.
Yeah, exactly.
You're always there. Do you know what I mean? And for me, I love acting. It's my happy space. I love creating. If I could have one without the other, I'd definitely take the fame away.
Yeah.
I got taught a very long time. I got told something. I won't say who, but he's a prominent figure, and I'm a big fan of his. And
Go on, say who.
Bob Hoskins was my Hollywood dad. I love Bob. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But he was like, how do you deal with fame and stuff? And I'm like, it's like, well, just don't turn up with tinted windows, entourages. Because that doesn't last long. And the crash hurts more than, like, the fall hurts more than the climb. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, don't walk through back doors. Don't do all of that.
Yeah.
What do you like doing? I said, I like going shopping in Tesco's on a hangover. Buying loads of food, coming home and cooking it. Just we'll keep doing it.
Just don't stop.
And people just eventually respect your space, your decision. And it's like now, sometimes I forget what job I'm in. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. I still stop at service stations. I still put my own petrol in. I still go fish and chip shop. I still go shopping. Do you know what I mean? I still I do everything for my girls in my family. Everything. Like, it's just bizarre. I do cook. I do everything. I just love it. And then, people just come up now, Tamer, and I go, yeah, have a picture. Of course you can.
Yeah.
And I make a point of asking them their names first. I thank them for coming over. I'm very polite, not because I need to be, because that's who I am.
That's who you are, exactly.
Sometimes it gets exhausting. Sometimes I got a Benidorm for fucking stag do's. I'm like, really going to take me on that Benidorm strip? Fuck, my whole demographic is along that strip. And then I get there, and it gets to the point sometimes where it's not their fault. People want to see you and take pictures and talk to you and understand who you are. But once you've had the same conversation 30 times, you're ready to go to bed.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? It's tough. It's tough. But
can you just
the mental health thing.
Yeah, mental health. That's what I wanted you to touch on, because I can imagine it's up and down. So how has it affected you?
Yeah, but look, mental health, I was pioneering mental health before people even knew what mental health was, mate. When people say he was mad, he's mad, stay away from him. But, all of that stuff. And I did a little bit in the pandemic, to the annoyance of my family. I'd spend 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 hours a day. Just so many single mums had no money, indoors, just wanting to commit suicide, not wanting to be there because, I forget I'm sitting in a wonderful house with a beautiful garden and I have everything I want. And then you forget that you've got single mums with 4 kids cooped up in a fucking studio flat and a bedsit and not being allowed out.
Can't afford anything,
So I worked out that medication for mental health I don't think it exists, and it worked what I did, and I didn't think of it. It just happened organically. If you engage with somebody vocally on a call, I'm going to commit suicide. It's very difficult to talk them out of it, because once you're in that emotional drive of dialogue and energy where and you're panicking, you're hyperventilating, and you can't get no one out of that. It's very difficult to get. If you notice, I started watching people that are going to throw themselves off. A lot of the ones that are throwing themselves off, if you've got a negotiator talking to them, it's very rarely they stop them.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the ones that go like that and grab them. Have you noticed? It's the ones that they don't know where they come, distract them that way, grab them that way. Because once you're up there, you're up there. You're on your way. They don't call anyone to come and talk to them. They're just contemplating on when they're going to do it. Yeah, it's terrible. And what I decided to do, and it organically worked, I did not give out my number. I just started texting.
Helping,
on direct messenger. What do you call it?
WhatsApp.
DM.
Oh, DM. Yeah. DM.
What's that on
Insta. Yeah.
So back and forth. I go, so talk to me. What's that? What do you need? What do you do this? Oh, can't get no food. Blah, blah. I must have bought 1,000 pizzas for everyone. I go, give us your address. I'll buy you a pizza. And I start going onto their page while I'm talking to them. Because as long as they're replying, they're engaging.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then you slowly chip away. And then before you, I say, is this your kid? Send a picture of the kids. I go on their page, take the kid, and I have to find, she's beautiful, isn't she? Blah, blah. Where's your kid? Have you got a dad? No, oh, God, blah, blah, blah. So how would the kid cope if you weren't there? Oh, I don't know. So I'm not. Then right. So now
another thing you're doing that you're not trained at. You're just good at it.
But it was just an organic journey into that, and I found that engaging. So we set up WhatsApp groups, because if a man's lying next to you, a man is a man. He can't pay his bills, and everybody's predominantly a job and money. That's the biggest mental problem.
Of course, yeah.
And you can't keep up, and you can't give your family what they want. For a man, wake up, he'll go and kill himself. He won't nudge you and go, Jem, listen, babe, I'm suicidal.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't got that in him. It doesn't matter who, a man's a man.
And if you want to do that, that's what you're going to do.
A woman's at home, she gives the home a heartbeat, she raises your children, she takes care of you, and she keeps a home for you. We have to go out and work. If we can't give you what you're giving us, then it's demeaning for a man. It's tough because it's just how it is. Forget everything else. A man and a woman.
Yeah.
Hunter-gatherer. You know, you're at home. That's just how it is. And deep down in everybody's soul and psyche, that's what we are.
Absolutely.
Whatever it is, that's what we are.
Yeah.
So if you have a chat group and they're in that group and all over the world, everyone's in that group. Because I know billionaires that are suicidal. I know them. I speak to them.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with it. They've got billions. But mental health's mental health.
That's so where the money doesn't buy happiness thing comes into play. Because it does buy a lot, but the last bit of happiness where
money gives you freedom, babe.
Yeah.
Freedom gives you happiness.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Money can't buy you family, friends. Yeah.
You know.
Fake friends, fake family.
It buys you a lot of fake friends, trust me.
I know.
Lot of fake friends, you know. But so if I wake up and I go, there's a code word, and I say the code word's tricky. Someone comes to you okay? What do you need? Somebody on that group of 1,000 might be able to give them a job. But they're engaging. And it's the rule of you cannot call anyone. Mm-hmm. You text. And then that's it. Before you know it, in half hours, back in bed, he's got a job. There's hope.
There's hope.
You have to give people hope.
Absolutely.
And for me, I said it on James English and he started laughing. He said, what about your mental health? I started laughing. He said, what do we laugh at? I said, mental health for me is a fucking luxury. Do you think I don't want to sit in the corner sucking my thumb wearing a baby graft for 2 weeks thinking about killing myself? I said, if I switch off for 10 minutes, everything falls like a fucking pack of cards.
You just can't switch off.
You can't switch off. Listen, I have my moments, mate. I'm that guy. Mm-hmm. Someone annoys me on a train station. I'll just think, I'm going to push you off that fucking, I'm going to push you in front of that train.
Intrusive thoughts.
Well, but everyone has them. But I've learned how to lose them quite quickly.
How do you lose them? Because I still get them.
Just go. And I'll give you a tip. Hatred is a very, very exhausting thing. And it takes a lot of time. And it takes a skill as well.
Yeah.
Try hating someone when you're praying for them. Just try it. It's impossible.
You can't.
Just don't hate. Don't worry. And this whole thing of people, you know, those old gangster fucking quotes, you know, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Mm-mm. What for?
Fuck your enemies.
Fuck them off. Offload them. Dead wood. That whole divide and conquer.
Yeah.
No. Unite and win.
I completely agree with you.
No. Yeah. And this whole, the art of war and all that shit that people read, what are you reading somebody else's mindset for?
That's not your own.
It's not yours.
Make your own.
But, you know, look at Tony Robbins. Look at all of these wonderful motivational speakers. You might have said something to me today that I'm going to latch onto. And I'll collaborate that with something else.
Yeah.
And then it becomes your own.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying here? So I'll always sit here and you just work it out as it goes on. If you start thinking about things, we're not studying for a PhD. We're not studying for it. Just work it out as you go along. And love thy neighbour, as they say. It's a very, very strong thing for me. Love thy neighbour. And that is a real fucking quote. Whoever's next to you, check that they're okay. The ones that are bad, you never see. But they don't have to do it. It's not about you knocking on somebody's door every day. When you see them, pull them in.
Absolutely.
Look them in the eye. You all right, mate? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You all right, sweet? Put your arms around them. If you can get them to giggle or smile, then they're okay. But if you can't,
you always check in on me anyway.
Yeah, I'm always checking on. I check on. Listen, you lot are my crew. I check on all. I check on everyone, and it serves me to serve and protect. It serves me.
If we can really, we've got a few minutes left. I want to talk about the earthquake, your brand, and the hotel. In 3 minutes, can you?
Okay. Yes, I can. Okay. Charity work. I stopped working for about 4 years. I stopped acting. I wanted to do a lot of philanthropy work and some charity work. I went over to Turkey in the earthquake. It was a calling. Yeah. It was something that I wanted to actually go and try and save some lives.
What you were doing was so admirable, Tam. Amazing.
But you know what? It wasn't me. It was God's work. As bizarre as that sounds, as bizarre. I felt protected by something.
But for you to go there and get involved, even though it's dangerous, and you were just...
No, we experienced 2 earthquakes while we were there. We set up the tents. I was physically on myself, kept getting all the clothes, and I worked out I needed the families because we were just buying stuff, lorry loads of stuff, and it wasn't catering for everyone. So every time
you were buying lorry loads from here and get
everywhere from there. No, predominantly from there. I was using my money and other people's money that we raised. So thank you to everyone that donated. So what I did, I set up a system where we're housing people. So I want to know kids' ages, blah, blah, blah. So I bring you what you need rather than stuff you don't. I want your kids' size issues. So we was doing it every day. I mean, we must have had 3 hours sleep a day, and that went on for months and months and months. And then my mum fell ill and I had to come home and take care of her, and I saved her life. But it was...
How long were you there for?
Oh, months. I can't do months and months. And I've been back as well. We did a documentary as well. And when you see what we see, it was fucking horrendous.
I don't think anybody else that I know has done that to that level.
It was, and look, I kept trying to come back, but I just couldn't leave. And then even before that, the pandemic, when everyone was locked down, the frontline workers didn't have didn't have PPE. So I just went and robbed everyone of their PPE, literally robbed them. I turn up pretending I'm buying them. Take them and give them out, because I found it disgusting that somebody's trying to charge £5 for a 2p mask when our frontline workers are fucking dying, and you want to make money from that. I was like the Robin Hood of PPE. It was quite funny, and I'm not ashamed to say it. And the people I took it off, you know who you are, and I don't care. I'm either going to make you a hero or a villain. Which one is it?
Well, Robin Hood is a hero, so
right.
that's you.
But the people that had the mask, I'm either going to make you a hero or a villain. Which one do you want to be?
Yeah, completely.
You give them to me, sweet. You've donated them. Thank you very much. We bow down. If you don't, I'm taking them. I'm taking them. It's up to you. Exactly. You know what I mean? So we did that as well, and then I kind of progressed onto the journey of that. Came back, everybody was on me. Let's get back to work, and I did. And I've spoke about the films that we did, which was great. And
I want to know about your hotel.
Yeah, and then I got back into the F&B business after 25 years. I've taken a big chunk of the Soho Sanctum Hotel on Warwick Street, which has been there 15 years. It's a wonderful space.
Soho,
Mark
right?
Fuller, Soho, Karma Sanctum, Soho. The Soho Sanctum Hotel. But Mark Fuller, his wife Shireen, me, Paul Oakenfold, and Warren McCall, who has a company called Prosperity. We've gone in. I've been there 9 months. We spun it around. It's a real cool place to be. And even the membership things, I'm doing something with the membership. I'm giving memberships out this year to my selected people, and you have a lifelong honorary one.
Thank you. I can't wait to come there.
And then, but we've got a jacuzzi upstairs. We've got a rooftop bar where you can smoke. Not a lot of places in London you can smoke. Yeah. We've got a wonderful chef downstairs, 3-star Michelin chef. We've got a cinema room, which is important. I want people to know that we are catering for the struggling British independent film industry and the music industry. We have a cinema down there. You can all use it for free. You can come along, use the space, casting, rehearsal, because a lot of kids are making films. They can't afford to screen them. Yeah. So it's literally there. It's bigger. The hotel rooms are phenomenal. The space is beautiful.
We can screen the business too there.
I said it first. Jem said it first, but before that, off screen, she did say she's going to give me £6 million to make it.
Oh yeah, I'll do that in a minute as well.
But so we've got a hotel, and we're buying a football club in Serbia. Believe it or not, we bought a brand new stadium. I'm going to do the events. Mark
Can't
Bertram,
you just buy Chelsea and sort them out, please?
Yes, I wish I could. I would. But Mark Bertram, who is my friend and brother, he's QPR, and if he hears that I'm buying, he'll die. He's just QPR through and through. You are, that's what it says, just QPR through and through. But so we've got that, and I'm a main board director on 2 NASDAQ listed companies as well, lottery.com and sports.com. So
wow. And what is this brand you're wearing today, Tam? I love it.
This is our brand, mine and Jay's. This is Hades Empire, which we're creating. This one's a prototype, but we're creating something comfortable, stylish, fashionable, and
black. We love all black.
Yeah, we're just going to do all black, but this is just a prototype. But we're going to, if we put colour in it, if red represents gem and that's her colour, we can subtly embroider it in silk.
Yeah,
but we're going to do a female range and a men's range, trousers, tops, caps, and we're nearly finished on the new collection. And when it does, I think you're going to love it. And I like your input on some of the stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like your input on some of it. Because look, as we get older, we do like to be comfortable, don't we?
Comfort over anything. These jeans are hurting me.
Yeah, we do like to be comfortable, right?
Definitely.
So, but that's where we are. And that's kind of it from me.
Thank you so much, Tam, for coming on my pod. It's been amazing. It's actually been my favourite podcast. I love it.
You've been good.
Thank you.
I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.